Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and we're back with another review. And today we're taking a look at from the Transformers Studio series. This is Rise of the Beast Wheeljack, number 108. And this is an interesting figure to say the least. Vehicle mode is kind of cool looking, very cool looking. There are some interesting bits to the transformation, but unfortunately, the transformation is also very frustrating. Um, Let me tell you, it is not a lot of fun to do. Stuff likes to pop off. It's very fiddly. I've tried to find some ways to and some tricks to make it better, but we shall see. And in fact, this is actually the second time I'm filming this because, well, uh, I had stuff start popping off, and well, I just trying to make it better. But the vehicle mode is very nice. I like how everything tucks up. It is a very small vehicle mode. It does roll very freely. These panels here do peg in quite nicely to allow for that. There is weapon storage on the top here. You have a slot. There's tabs on either side, so you can have the blaster facing forward or facing to the rear to look like just some TV repair stuff. If you the weapon is made out of the same smoked gray plastic as the windshields. I don't know why they had to do that. It's a question of if, not when, stuff will start breaking. But other than that, that's about it for the vehicle mode. We will pause and we will come back for the transformation. Going from vehicle mode to robot mode is slightly easier, but not perfect. I will also point out a few steps here along the way to make going from robot mode to vehicle mode a little bit easier as well. First thing you want to do is unpeg these panels. This will allow you to free up the back here, which will allow you to free up this panel here at the top. And basically what you want to do now is slide it back, and it's on a very tight hinge, and that will just fit to the back of the van. Licensed van, by the way. Um, Next, what you want to do is just start to unaccordion the legs, bring them up like so, and bring them down. At this point, you're probably going to want to separate them. You can then pop out the feet from the rear, close up this panel, and then flip out the heel and rotate the thigh around. Make sure you're rotating at this ball joint here, not at the thigh up here. So I'm sorry, you're going to rotate at the shin, not the thigh. You're basically using the what will be the knee joint in robot mode to do all that rotating. Now at this point, just from transforming the legs, you've probably loosened up these panels. And I have discovered if you actually rotate at the robot mode bicep, that will help give you some room to bring these panels out. And then what you want to do is kind of twist the body so you can bring the forearm back down, back into place, and just get the forearm down, bent at the elbow. Now make sure you are rotating at this chest piece right here and not the waist. Clearance is going to be your friend here. So whenever you can make it, make it. Now at this point, you want to go ahead and open up these side panels and bring the wheels a little forward here at the front so you could open it up. And there is a little bit of a space there that you can then uh, have the clearance to bring uh, the arms out on this double hinge here. Actually, I think you want to, before you do that, you want to like rotate that around, bring down the straps there. And then, yes, now you'll have a little extra bit of wiggle room to bring the arms up, and just for the love of God, rotate them just like that. At which point, bring them out flat, and then you can grab the front here and not pull it off like I just did, but it should just, if you, I think you push up a little. One more time to get it to not pop off. A lot of friction hinges, thankfully, but if you just get a little wiggle jiggle, there you go. Bring that back, fold that up, bring the arms forward. Um, oh, bring the arms up all the way on that armpit joint. And what you'll be able to do now is close the, you might want to rotate them so they're actually using that second joint. So you can close the doors back up and flip the what will be now the robot mode chest down, and that will actually slot into place with the the straps. Just adjust the camera slightly. And yeah, that is very fiddly and very annoying to do. But once you have that done, bring the sides of the car back like so, bring that down, and now you can bring the arms down and forward just like this. Oh God. And you have Wheeljack in its robot mode. And it's kind of cool looking. I appreciate being able to have the door panels up, which apparently that was a thing. And like I said, there's some interesting bits to the transformation. It's just very fiddly, and there's not a lot of clearance. I mean, when you're going from robot mode to car mode, to van mode, excuse me, and you're having to deal with these panels here trying to get around this hip joint, it can be an adventure. And, it's like if you notice the stuff sits off center here in the back, it's just, oh, so, I mean, but at least you do have actually a waist joint. So I'm kind of glad they were able to work that in. Hold the weapon, of course. Um, Actually, you know what? Let me just double check real quick for you. That groove is still there, so if you want to store the weapon, I guess you can. Although, oh, you know what? There's a tab there at the top. Is that? Oh no, that's actually that little bit at the top is like, I guess, like a molded site or something. So you do have to use the tab there, and you do have to like peg it in. But the figure can hold it, and there is articulation. Now the head is on a ball joint. Uh, that's as far down as it can go. That's as far up as it can go, and it does rotate. There's nothing with the goggles on the eyes. Very movie accurate. You saw the articulation with the arms. You have a ball joint there, single joint at the elbow, nothing at the wrist. Thank God. Um, we saw the waist articulation. You do have the knees right there, and you have some forward and back foot movement, as well as ankle pivot and ball joints at the hips. So, yeah. Um, and of course, as you grab the figure, you're going to like bump into those the doors on the back. Uh, so that can be a little bit of an adventure, but you can adjust them very easily. If you grab it from down here, you should be fine. I kind of thought this was supposed to fold up, but no, the instructions show it hanging down off the back. And I do appreciate the molded in details from vehicle mode, trying to show like how this became a robot. One thing I do complain about is that the ankles have a tendency to want to like fold back in on themselves. So you just, have to futz with it to get like some, you know, to get it to stand up straight. But yeah, this is better than Mirage, but I would say it's just not a fun transformation. So how about we pause and we'll come back with my final. So yeah, I'm going to have to say that this really could be a solid pass for some. I know some, if there's the weaponizer, target master, wheeljack. That's a little bit more fun. The mainline figure, while yeah, it has its own issues, I think is not as fiddly as this, but it's not color accurate. And I don't know how easy that is to still get. I know the figure was released in Japan, so you can get it off of Amazon Japan, but and I think my main issue is just the fact that when it comes to Transformers, after you transform them, there should be a sense of satisfaction. And with Wheeljack, I get a sense of relief that it's over and I don't have to do it again. And that's a little unfortunate because this was a main character who I think had some high spots in the film. Now, uh, now here's the funny thing about how I got this figure. Um, I had it ordered with Scorponok. They were supposed to release at the same time. Scorponok was had its release date moved up um, to this past Saturday, with a delivery date of today, the Thursday. I think this is the 8th. Well, I said, you know what? I'm not waiting for Wheeljack, so I went ahead and ordered it off of Command Store, figuring, I'll probably get Scorponok first and Wheeljack second. Well, a few days ago, Scorponok I got pushed off to like the 15th. Why, I don't know. And Wheeljack showed up today. So it kind of flopped. And I could have actually ordered both from Command Store, paid a little extra, but I wouldn't have to deal with the whole shuffling of figures and, you know, waves coming piecemeal, which has really become a pet peeve of mine over the years. So yeah, this figure is not available off of Amazon.com yet. It's supposed to it still has a delivery date of March 4th, but you can get it and Scorponok off of Command Store. So if you want to wait and press your luck, you can wait for Amazon, but it might come early. It might get pushed off more. Who knows? Um, I think I'm kind of glad to have the figure just so I could warn others about it. And I think warn is a little strong of a word. I'm sure there's going to be somebody who's going to be like, well, if you just turn this like piece slightly, it'll make the transformation so much easier and everything will come together. Because I mean, I do appreciate that everything comes together in vehicle mode. I mean, if everything was super floppy and there wasn't enough posts and stuff to peg stuff in, I would be that much more disappointed with it. But as it is, maybe wait for a sale, maybe wait for clearance, but I don't think there's a reason to run out and grab Rise of the Beast Wheeljack right away. That's about it for the review. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. While I always appreciate the views, the likes, comments, and subscriptions help to communicate to YouTube through the algorithm that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. You want to make the ultimate sign of support. I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you to help me help you bring figures like Wheeljack to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, can't afford the dollar a month or $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. Patreon is just the cherry on top of an already generous Sunday. I appreciate the support you guys have been giving me for the last 10 years. And while the new year has started a little rocky, I hope we can continue and celebrate the 40th anniversary of Transformers, as well as several other brands and pop culture references together. So once again, this is your old pal Chuck for Wheeljack. We will see you next time.